So the demand growth is very strong. The only weakness we see in the demand growth is what's coming out of China. And that's not because of the economic weakness, but because China's oil demand will peak in about 3 years or 4 years. Basically, all the investments in EVs are going to pay off. But when it peaks, it becomes flat, very slowly coming down. But there is the big change is what's happening in China. In terms of geopolitics, geopolitics have temporary impact on issues. Unless you threaten a source of supply, then you don't have too much of an impact on the price of oil. So minor impact on the price of oil. And 3 to 6 months, I see the prices at $90, $92 a barrel. And if OPEC Plus does not put any volume back, even up to $95, but I expect OPEC Plus to add some volume from the previously cut production into the market.
Do you feel, though, Fereidun, that given multiple potential flashpoints in the world, as far as supply disruptions potentially are concerned, that the market may be underestimating those risks?
I don't think so, because OPEC Plus has 6 million barrels per day spare capacity. That means that everybody knows that if there's a disruption, they can make it up right away. Normally, a spare capacity would be about 2 million barrels per day, which is considered to be tight. But with 6 million barrels per day spare capacity, even if we have big disruption to supply, I think you see a few dollars a barrel increase, but no big possibility of the prices getting to $100 or more. If you have a conflict between the US and Iran, then you can see much larger volatility in the prices. But we don't see any of that, and we don't see any flashpoints which is going to push the prices much above the $90 mark for the remainder of this year.
Fereidun, good to see you. Martin here. So talking about flashpoints, obviously, there's the Red Sea, there's what's going on in Ukraine still, et cetera. But, what the Biden administration recently decided to do, which is pause approvals for LNG export projects, that's a big wrench in the LNG game. What do you make of that?
Well, President Biden promised the Europeans, buy from me and don't buy from the Russians, and then goes ahead and pauses this. This is very bad for the U.S. credibility. But we have to realize that from the projects which are under construction, almost nothing is impacted. So about 200 million tons, a 50% increase in total supplies is in front of us in less than 2 years. Very dramatic change, unprecedented change. What is being impacted is the projects which have not received FID. And those projects were about 62 million tons, of which 47 million tons is caught by the Biden pause. So very difficult for some companies which have sold 90% already in firm contracts, but now they cannot go to FID because of this pause.
Fereidun, this is an if question, right, related to the elections in November. But if it becomes Trump 2.0 again, a lot of people are saying, look, that's going to be good for energy. Necessarily so? Do you believe that?
I don't think so. I think that, short of this Biden pause, Biden has not been a big obstruction in energy production and energy trade. He's pretty much allowed everything to go ahead. But he decided to make a political choice under the pressure of the environmentalist groups and call this pause. And I'm sure that he won't stick with it, even if he wins the election. But it would take maybe 6 or 9 months after that. Trump says that on the first day I'm in office, I'm going to lift the ban. So it's a little bit of a change, but no dramatic change. The big changes in geopolitics and the relationship with Russia and Ukraine. That is the big difference between Biden and Trump, not in anything else.